Today, for Devotions with Daniella, we are reading White Women Get Ready: How Healing Post Traumatic Mistress Syndrome Leads to Anti Racist Change. This is a book I'm reading a little bit at a time for my own process of deconstructing the delusions of white supremacy. And if you would like to copy, you can get it attached here. This is about restorative justice circles and white ladies in them. In her chapter, Who's In and Who's Out, Problematizing Circles in Diverse Classrooms, is the powerful and much needed book, Colorizing Restorative Justice, Voicing Our Realities. Christina Parker writes that although circle processes can challenge privileged ways of communicating, when race cannot be discussed openly, the possibility for marginalization still exists. Parker implores those working with restorative justice to consider histories and cultures of oppression and reflect on how, even within circle processes, marginalized people remain dispossessed because the colonial oppressor is unable to hear. Likewise, in their chapter Burn the Bridge in Colorizing Restorative Justice, Erica Littlewolf, Michelle Armster, and Christiane Paras, with Lauren Stutzman Armstutz, discuss how restorative practices tend to function on white liberal colonized assumptions, such as everyone is equal or this is a safe space. Circle symbolizes community, and facilitators are impartial slash neutral slash detached. While we may pretend that everyone comes to a circle equally, the wicked webs know otherwise. White democratic liberalism is supposed to give every human an equal seat and an equal voice. But is it helpful to give equal credence to every perspective? Do we want to give hate the same legitimacy as love? Do we want to give greed the same validity as equity? Giving these views equal weight without addressing power doesn't actually validate the scales. Balance the scales. It validates oppression. And a critical moment with democratic liberalism begs the question, why is balancing the scales of oppression a celebrated goal? Perhaps we validate oppression because we are afraid of losing control. Perhaps we flee because we are afraid of having to choose. Perhaps we deny because choosing solidarity might have us realize that we, too, are a target. Perhaps we run because deep down our bodies remember this. Despite the shield of whiteness, perhaps we still feel our bodies under threat. The circle story also has something to say about our good intentions and deeper motivations. It also has something to offer us about the difference between solidarity and saviorism. She's referring to a part we read previously where these white ladies wanted a restorative justice circle, but they didn't want to pay the Black woman to facilitate it. As a reader of this book, you are obviously concerned about racism and want it to end, just as I do. In taking the time to delve into such a long and complex text, you are most likely serious about doing your part. Good intentions are important. They are a great place to start. They are the entry point to change. But intentions can also be fragile, especially when they're new. Like the peace activists trying to do a new anti racist thing, sometimes when our intentions are fragile, perhaps still a little unclear and aspirational, we try to protect them with the 4Ds. And the 4Ds are denial. God, I wish you would spell them out. Anyway, the one we're talking about right now is denial. Defensiveness is another one. We can ask ourselves why we're trying to protect our intentions. We can ask if our actions, our impact, and the feedback we receive is lining up with our initial intent. We can test out our true motivations. Are we doing this on behalf of others or on behalf of ourselves? My answer may surprise you. I think in order to shift from saviorism to solidarity, we need to be more focused on being motivated on behalf of ourselves. A shift from saviorism to solidarity relocates the core of our motivation internally as we seek to be true to ourselves rather than strive to externally justify our role and value to white supremacy. And being true to ourselves supports us in being true to others, in being true with others, to listen better, and to move from places of integrity and alignment. Check out White women get ready.